Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, this one was kind of like a knife karma type of thing. This knife has been missing in action, and it's a fairly substantial knife. It's not, like insignificant in size. Like almost 8 inches overall, this package right here. Recently in one of my videos, Bad Monkey saw a Gonzo knife that I had and was commenting on how he'd been looking for one of those and everything and what I like to trade and everything. And in the process of looking for the box for that Gonzo, I found this knife. I found this Russell again. So if I wouldn't have been trying to basically giving this knife away to him, the please don't hit me up on all of my knives and say you want them and you don't use them. This one just happened to time out right, but anyways, um, I wouldn't have found this knife if I wouldn't have been trying to be, paying forward, because other people have sent me knives, and it's just a great feeling to get a knife, and I just wanted to pay it forward in a way on that one. And then it's like instant karma, I wouldn't have found this if I hadn't been looking for that box to go with the other knife. So also, I want to mention something on this knife. If you go to, I'll leave a link to it, but if you go to A.G. Russell's webpage and you watch the history of this, they talk to A.G. Russell. Now, he's an old man and he talks slow, so if you do it on YouTube, you could probably speed it up. But it's very interesting because he said when he came up with the design for this knife, he wanted it drop forged, and he approached knife manufacturers in the United States, and they said, no, we can't do it. We can't make that knife. He went to England, and they said, no, we can't make it either. He went to a little company in Germany that was kind of like, had some, advanced materials. Sorry, I just dropped my calipers. And I want to get the name right here. Anton Wingen. And he asked them if they could make the knife, and they said, no, we can't make that. And he said, well, you make straight razors, right? Because both of these are hollow ground on each side. And they said, yeah. And he said, 2 straight razors back to back. And he went back, the guy went back in there and talked to his engineers and said, yeah, we can make it. So they started making them there. This is the Sting 1. Then he started selling them. He had the idea or designed the knife in 75, and he finally got it, out and running in 1977. And from 1977 to 1997, they first started selling them out for $39.95. And at the end, he said it was like $100 each for these. He contracted or partnered with CRKT to make the Sting 1A. The Sting 1A was one of these that was skeletonized, and skeletonized handle, but basically the same knife. They made a Sting 2, which was a larger version of this, but that's no longer in production. Neither are these. I looked on eBay because I was thinking, man, I'm probably not going to replace this when it was lost. I was just looking to see what they go for. Man. Well, the other one's kind of elaborate. Looks like somebody etched something, because I don't think they came with this leaf pattern on it, but they might have. But there was like a white-handled one, and they want $700 for it. And a brand new one of these, I saw another listing, they want $400 for it. So they're fairly valuable knife if you have, an original one. So I also wanted to cover, this is not the original sheath that came with it. This is one of my first attempts ever at making a sheath. And where I screwed up, more than one place, but I looked at the original sheaths, and the leather comes up to about here on those. So it's kind of like a tongue type arrangement, and that would have really helped. This one originally, when I did this, I had another piece of paracord that I looped over here in kind of like a knot, just a little loop. And that helped grab it from like both sides. And you can still push with your thumb and pull it out, but it doesn't really hold it as secure. I mean, it can shake out if you're doing acrobatics. The rest of it wasn't too bad. I basically just layered another piece of leather and then stitched it onto the top of that one. I didn't do any burnishing, or what you do to make the edge of these look good. It's just a crude but effective, basically, sheath for it. So I'll put a link down to that video. It's at the A.G. Russell website, and it didn't pop up in a separate browser. So like I said, he talks kind of slow. And if you ever run into those, you can just accelerate. Usually on YouTube, you can just go to the speed setting. And if you go to like 1.5, you can usually speed someone up a little bit and you can still understand them. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know about that I found this knife, and it was kind of like a knife karma type thing. So basically, do something kind for someone, and don't do it, hoping that something good will happen to you. Usually that's the way it works. You do nice things for people, and eventually, something nice will happen for you. But I don't do it for that reason. Just doing something for someone else is just a reward in itself. I don't need any more. I don't need, somebody to send me something back or to say great job or anything like that. It's just a satisfaction of knowing that, you help somebody else out and make them happy. So there you go. Oh, speaking of which, here's a little happy owl here. A viewer of mine anonymous viewer sent this to me. And it's got a little light back here. I've got it on right now. It's got a solar panel. But if it senses light around it, that little ball comes off. Ooh, look, I can make it flash with that's flashing and this is flashing. Anyway, there you go. Just thought I'd show you that. Wise old owl there. And yeah, A.G. Russell Sting. So there you go, a little history lesson. Like I said, if you watch the link, somehow I'll show it, link in here, and probably in the description or in the caption in the comments to the A.G. Russell site. And it's a very interesting story because he also talks about how a CIA agent in Uganda or someplace like that got captured, and he threw the sheath away, and he put this in he was walking on it. He put this in there, and he was in a cell, and he said basically filled with cannibals, and this was the only thing he had to keep him out of there till his people came and got him out of the jail. But pretty interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Mine doesn't have that bottom picture down there. I think those were the ones that were just sold only in Europe and not in the United States.